Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Skulk. This time I'm recording in the morning, now that you would know what time it is. I just am trying to find time to record. Just give me a little piece of what I'm going through, what I'm going to do, possibly. Just because I've been streaming later in the day, and usually it takes like 3, maybe 4 hours, depending. But anyways, let's continue. I'm really interested in the continuation of the story. There's so many games. Oh yeah, we talked to Claire last. There's so many other games I want to get around to, and if I can barely get around to recording this video, how am I gonna get around recording the other ones? So let's get going back in. I guess a lot has happened over the last couple of hours. You start up with some music and it dies down. Bad choice to put in music for like 2 seconds. Anyways. Life in this business moves pretty darn fast. I hope I can keep up with all of this. My next step was Singe's office. He wanted to have a conversation with me and Kyla, but I wonder what it was about. I hope that he'd let us stay and tour with Daz. I'd rather all of my work not be for nothing. What work did you do? I do, we do. And I'd get to spend lots of time with everybody, especially if we weren't able to leave the building. I doubt it would be as bad as Akron thought. Akron. Only Max and Singe could set off the weapons. At the moment, they were on the same side. They were both in this to protect all of us. I feel at ease, but it was very short-lived. The tone on my phone echoes through the empty hall. I hesitantly check my text message. I'm completely unaware of what awaits me. But after reading what I was about to, I knew that things would never be normal again. One of your friends will die today. I'm guessing this is the murderer, even though he confessed previously that he was doing it, so I'm pretty sure he's taken and captive, whatever. Captive, prison, jail, whatever. One of those things. It will be your fault. You are not the only one blessed with powers from the Ark. This would sound scary if you were getting this, wouldn't you? Things will be more fun from now on. Good luck. Well, ain't that a scare your pants off kind of feel? Before your arrival in Tokyo, and before the launch of the contest, so, if I may reiterate, I've recently engaged in a bargain, and my claim in this is dominion. Not only over Earth, but its people too, and the flow of time therein. I am certain you would like this power. In your line of work, it would be essential. Am I correct to assume you agree? Yeah, but all of that is contained in this? It's such a fragile-looking necklace. Fragile? The gears of fate are anything but. They spin in spite of defiance. Like a drill moving forward in a revolution. It is not easily stopped. It is fickle and moves with vigor. So what? I can control time? In a way. What has happened cannot be changed. But you can stop it and slow it down. Like a river, it can flow or be still. The gear move gives you the power to do this. So let's say I believe you, which I am inclined to do. I mean, just look where I'm standing. I imagine all the people I could save. She wants to do it for good. At least from that one statement. Those that are struggling or in danger. But I sense you want something in return. So she does want to do it for good. That's a good heart. And we're knowing this only because our peeper minds are popping into the story that our character protagonist is not actually in. But you wouldn't just hand this out this power. I'm glad you are as smart as they say. The truth is, I grow tired of this place. The Ark is fun for a time, but my ambitions have grown larger. I seek a worthy successor, someone to rule in my stead, whatever way it's pronounced. However, there is more than just time. The power of the Ark runs deeper. So this gear is just a taste. Indeed. The Ark governs life and death as well. This renders the dweller immortal. Governs life and death? You mean you can bring back the dead? Yes. Or I can cause the living to die. Something I fear I'll be doing more of. But you said you could reverse time. It's true. I can't. But time and life are separate entities. It's true. If you die one day, you can come back to life another. It's not reversing what happened to you. I'm not sure how to explain the difference. I just did. It's a concept hard to put into words. I'm not saying on all brains and stuff, but at least that's simple logic, maybe. But it's easily understood in practice. If you become my successor, you'll see. You mean there's a chance I might not be? I didn't realize this was a gamble. I thought you were making me an offer. Of course this is a gamble, Max. You are not the only one who will be chosen. There will be a few contestants, along with a goal and an objective. I can't just give the Ark away. Not without finding a worthy owner. It is your goal to prove that worth, and there will be others in your way. Very well then. What are your terms? Ryu lets out a sinister smirk. My terms are simple. Pay very close attention. More that meets the eye. A brief reprieve. You suck. Would you like to save? Yeah. That is one heck of a part of the story that was like a brief 10 minutes. 9 minutes if you don't count the minute of opening to the video. The present day. Wait. This is a cell. Are we you know, let's read it. Kaylin. How are you holding up? Thirsty or hungry? Neither. Just feeling lonely. With me right beside you? I'm not sure if I should be offended. I thought I was pretty good company. Oh, I didn't mean like that. Of course you're good company, Kaylin. It's just, I'm missing lots of people. That and it's wet and dark. Wet is good. Humidity helps. You don't want to dry out in a cell. Trust me, it's an awful experience. I know you say you're not hungry, but I've been monitoring your eating. You'll starve if you don't have some more. Just ration this bread, Kabu. You're very sweet, Kaylin. I know you're undercover and all that, but you guys have a good heart. Even in a cell. I'm not saying that in a cell will change you. I'm just saying it just... certain situations can bring out certain people. I'm glad to see this part of you. This is the eerie sounding music. Just imagine if you were living life and then automatically certain themes or sounds, songs would start playing, depending on which situation you're in. You're in a fight in the school, and then automatically you start getting battle music from one of the games you know, or movies. Not a chance. That's yours. Not really. I could survive on little food. Your body isn't used to that yet, though. I can tell this situation is foreign to you. It seems to be the opposite for you. Spent a lot of time in prison, Kaylin? More than I'd like to admit. But being in prison isn't all that bad. Excuse me? I always seem to find a way out. This time will be no different. We're alive, so that means one thing. They want us alive. If they didn't, we'd be dead by now. True that. Either that, or they want you to suffer as long as possible. That's one way or another, depending on the situation. Why am I thinking that? I don't know, my mind just thinks deeply. Not saying I want to, just not that in that area, but... let's carry on. Only you could find that reassuring. I'm afraid I don't share that sentiment. Plier would never keep someone alive, not unless they are important to him. So for now, we get free food and shelter. With a side of torture, you mean? Your optimism isn't inspiration. It's just who I am. Think of it like this. Every time they take me out for torture, I can mentally map more of the estate. Man, he's good! I'll have it all down in no time. Then we can plan our escape. I'm used to torture, trained to resist it. I'll make sure they always take me. Besides, I have some letters to send out. And what better time to do it? I hope my friends are getting them. Oh no! I know this place inside and out. I'm saying oh no because they haven't gotten the letters. I know this place inside and out. Ooh! I can identify... I can definitely help you, but I can't just let you suffer in my stead. Of course you can. That's what buddies are for. Jeez, I just want to give you a hug, how nice you are. Buddies? Yeah. I want to help you out, Kabu. That's why I gave you my bread. And why I'll make sure you don't get hurt. I don't think I can repay you for this. Well, you could tell me about yourself. If we're buddies, I should get to know you. I suppose that's a fair exchange. Will you tell me about yourself too? Sorry, I don't really do that. The bread and care will have to suffice. Oh. But please, do tell me. I don't ask unless I genuinely care. Kaylin lets out a soft smile. Of course, when I said they're a really nice person, people can be masking and be using people. I'm not sure what situation they're in, what their personality is underneath. So, I mean, this world can get, pretty bad sometimes. But, yeah. I'd like to think the optimism and think of positive things myself. If they happen to accuse me, then that's on them. And I know I will pay the price sometimes. But I'd like to at least give people that first or few chances. Well, it's just like I said at the rally. I don't remember much. But I'm not Terran. He's not Terran. This is Terra, so he's not from here. The first thing I remember is Lord Plier. I'm sorry to hear that. That must not be a pleasant first memory. Yeah, in this case, you're wrong. I look back at that memory very fondly. Were it not for Plier, I'd be dead. Back then, he was different. He treated me as if I were a Terran native, like I was his own, flesh and blood. But everything changed, and so fast. Politics turned him into a different man. He was much easier to coerce, and influence, and only cared about his following. He lost sight of his true self. But I suppose it's collateral damage. Not many people stick to their views, especially when others don't share them. I guess it's somewhat true too. Depending on how passionate you are about something. He started telling people what they wanted. No longer did he talk about what he wanted. It was all about pleasing the population. It can be addicting, having power. Having people cheer your presence. I can see how that changed him. I guess he gave in. That's when I started to feel neglected. He would rarely speak to me. That must be hard. Having a father figure treat you that way? Is that why you decided to speak up? No, that's a different matter entirely. A lot changed when Riley came on board. He was supposed to be Plier's advisor. But it was more like he owned Lord Plier. Suddenly, Riley was the one in charge. And he made him do some horrible things. What do you mean? This isn't the only cell down here. There are others, filled with people. He's keeping undocumented immigrants. Riley convinced him to do this. The immigration stance was his idea. Plier loved immigrants. He loved me. They were able to get a steady supply. Something about two men with connections. The two assassins? I think it's been like a week or something. Or less. But still. What were their names? I'm so sorry. Names are a struggle for me sometimes until I get to know the person more and more. I know it's been like a few episodes they were in, but still. Whoops. Sorry. They came to some sort of arrangement. But they've kept everyone alive. So it's not like they wanted to kill them. It's more like they wanted to ostracize them. I'm not sure what that is, because it sounds like an ostrich, but I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it. He thinks it will make Terra better. But that hurts me. It really does. I wouldn't be a part of this new Terra. I heard him talking with Riley. If elected, they'll make more prisons. Immigration camps. Or something like that. A place to keep them while he works. He wants to sever Terra's connection. Remove us from the galactic community. But that's far too dangerous, Killen. We know what happened when Velasquez tried. This is not to be trifled with. I find this all hard to believe. We were not really alone down here. Not at all. But getting back on topic, all of this is Riley's doing. He makes Plier do these awful things. But it's still Plier himself that does them. His hands have gotten so dirty, Kaylin. While Riley's remain as clean as ever. Wait, you don't mean... Yes, he's setting Plier up. He wants to remove Plier from the picture. Then he'll be free to usurp the campaign. Okay, now I'm a little confused. You say it's Riley behind all of this? Then why did you frame Plier at the rally? Riley must believe that he's winning. That way, he can let down his guard. I got help from an assassin, Endymion and Connard. That's the names. Thank you, Endymion and Connard. Together, we created a fake manifest. That's what I submitted at the rally. And that's what started all of this. You must have thought I was stupid, turning against Lord Plier so easily, especially with evidence forged in haste. It did seem a little odd, but now I understand why. So, what's the next step? Hopefully Plier can realize the truth. After this, he'll want to escape blame. Maybe he'll place the pieces together. Hopefully, in doing this, he'll realize that when the both of us come in, assuming he learns of your guild heritage, he'll realize he can't escape Storm. At that point, he'll seek protection. And that's exactly what you can offer. He should come down here to talk. And that's when we can barter. Use your services to gain freedom. You thought all of this through? I did. Sorry if it's complicated. But if we protect Plier, we can use him. His testimony will help expose Riley. Of course, they'll lose all validity? I think that's how you say it. No one will vote for these two men. It'll secure the election for Valescus. I misjudged you. I'm impressed. Most do, and that makes it easier. I can avoid suspicion and detection. Wow, you think like a mercenary. You'd be a great addition, Kabu. Maybe the guild life would suit you. At least, that's the way I think. Anyway, always be steps ahead of the enemy. Then you'll be able to counter them. It's one of the first things I learned. I guess I wasn't lucky enough to learn it. All of this just came to me by instinct. Sounds lucky to me. So what do we do? Just wait? It's all we can do, really. Wait for Plier to come to his senses. Or perhaps wait for him to get caught. A plan of freedom. A landmark. Oh, this is the room. This is the room that we were not conked out in. Connor! They may have a job of assassinating, but from what I've seen about them, they seem like actually nice people. They just have dulled their senses or emotions towards killing, maybe? But I don't know. We're going to learn more about them over time, I'm sure. Wow. We screw everything up, didn't we? Can't even take a nap without ruining stuff. How did you think the king would take this? You know, that his savior's missing? He's going to be furious, Endy. quiet. It's not the time for the place for jokes. We have to figure out what happened. The Savior must be somewhere nearby. There's too much on the line to leave this. We have to figure it out, and fast.
Sorry. But maybe he just left on his own will? I mean, we never had him in shackles. They always had the freedom to walk.
But we explained things so well. I was certain we had their allegiance. They can't have just walked away. Look around for clues. There's more here. I know it.
Oh, we're detectives now? Did I sleep through that meeting?
Connard, enough. Sorry for yelling. Would you please help me look around? Look for elements of foul play. We can decide our next actions.
Yeah, I'm on it. And I'll try to keep low on the jokes. I didn't realize this was a hot topic. Just a hard habit to kick. Especially when it's second nature, you know.
I understand.
Thanks. You start looking over there. I'll get this half through.
I appreciate it. They can't have gone far either. So the faster we find the lead, the better. They spend a few moments scouting the room. After a few moments pass, Damien makes his discovery. Connard.
Yeah?
Come over here. I found something. Having Connard's tone of voice caused me to yawn, so sorry about that.
What is it?
It's blood.
Wait, the Savior's blood?
I don't know. But this tattered piece of cloth, I'd recognize it anywhere, Connard.
Who goes to a scene and thinks, I found a piece of cloth just lying somewhere, and looks so neatly cut? Or not, but still.
Think about, you see a piece of cloth. Was it torn from somewhere? How was it torn? Think about the cuts, the placement of it. Did it get torn off from some kind of hook somewhere? Get caught on a nail? Get torn because it ripped because someone held on and then tore it through sheer strength? Think about pieces like that. Don't just see a piece of cloth or paper or whatever just lying somewhere random. Things take effort sometimes. Lord Plier was here.
That's impossible. We're still on guard terms with him. Good terms.
Endymion holds up a piece of fabric. The blood has long since dried. Well, who else would wear this? There's no other explanation. I've seen him wear this many times.
It's purely conjecture. We should look around a little more. He knew all about Lord Plier. He knew all about Lord Plier. There's no way he'd leave willingly. Yet, there are no signs of a struggle.
Exactly. Fabric was torn, and blood was drawn?
That doesn't happen without a fight.
Exactly.
There'd have to be something left behind. But everything is in pristine condition. Perhaps we're falling into a trap. Being tricked into something this way, into thinking this way. This could be what the assailant wants. We were just next door, Endymion. We would have heard anything happening. Think about this logically. No assuming.
I'm not assuming anything, Connard. The evidence is right before me. Connard is in the right mindset right now. Think about it. There's no mistaking what I'm seeing. You're seeing a small piece of fabric. Think about what Connard said. Lord Plier must have abducted the Savior. We must be and we must make haste to his residence. Our guise has been broken. We can attack head on.
We would have heard an abduction, Athenian. Think about this. I'm begging you.
They could have spiked our wine, Conrad. I knew I slept longer than usual.
Now you're being paranoid.
Conrad, just stop it. We had someone capable of saving Terra, and now they're missing, with evidence. This is a perfectly logical conclusion.
No, it's not! I suppose, at first glance.
Exactly, and there's a chance I'm right. We have to act on that, no matter how small. If we don't, the Savior could be killed. There is too much in this balance to debate. We need to take action before anything else.
At least meet me halfway, ND. We can't afford to be reckless.
What do you have in mind?
Let's just pay him a visit. We can gauge how he treats us. We'll be able to tell pretty quickly. If he tries anything funny, then we act. But right now, it's not right to assume. We could be getting into a trap, you know. If we attack first, we'll blow our cover. Then everything would just fall apart. That could easily be someone's true goal.
Very well. Athenian places his hand on Conrad's shoulder. But, if he is holding the Savior, or if he gives off the slightest suspicion, we will show him no mercy. I promise. Nice tone to give that ending to the speech. He will have no mercy from us. Dun. Ah, it's back to Righty and Kyla. I remember Righty because they just put him on the right side of the screen and said, I'm Righty. And then Kyla, I don't know, I paired him up with... Sorry. Paired him up with Righty and Kyla. I don't know. I'm trying to remember names in certain ways. You can see how this is important to me. Normally, I wouldn't go in such extremes, but Kaelin's life is on the line here. I saw you from the front of the game. Who are you? Did we see you before? I think we did somewhere.
You always did have a soft spot for him. It's rare to see you in dire straits? But yeah, I guess I can understand. What do you want me to do about it? I'm one of your enemies, after all. Why would I help the competition?
You wouldn't help the competition, but you might help a friend.
Oh, we're friends now? When you need help, that's how it works?
Samantha.
Don't call me that. It's Sam.
Is that her? From our world? Is that Samantha from our world? I know we haven't always been seen eye to eye, but this time, I really do need your help.
You had your chance to recruit me, but you chose that pretty boy instead. And now, you want me to help you save him? The irony is actually comedic.
Are you only here to mock me?
Well, I needed to check in on things. My boss needs all kinds of information.
And who is your boss exactly?
Sorry, lips are sealed. But you're asking me to sway allegiance. Only coin can get me to do that, righty? And no small amount of them either. But I might also use this chance to spy. So don't think I'm yours for good. I could turn my back and sell you out.
I was fully expecting to pay for this. As a mercenary, I know the power of money.
Very well. Tell me the full story. I don't want any naughty little surprises. I don't get along with those, righty.
Well, Kalen is being held prisoner. In Lord Blire's manor, actually. Maybe you've heard of him?
Of course I have. And you're crazy. The security on his estate is massive.
That's why I've come to you.
I'll require a bonus then.
Fine, but it's just a rescue mission. Not much else is out of the ordinary. But if there are any other prisoners, I think we should extract them as well.
Bonus.
Also, I'm open to any important facts. If you dig up dirt on Blire or the King.
Bonus. She's asking more and more money. The more you want me to do, the more you have to pay. Also, you may be subject to more bonuses, especially if mission parameters change. Do you find this acceptable, Righty? Dang, you're just wanting to fork in the money.
Yes, but I'm coming with you.
Like heck you are. I work alone.
No, you work with me now.
No thanks. We tried that once before. You said I was too reckless, I think. Choose the pretty boy over me.
Chose pretty boy. This isn't an entrance exam, Sam. Lives are on the line, you know. I didn't pay you back then. I set the mission parameters. Will you charge me accordingly?
Fine, but I doubt you can afford me. Especially not when you meet in a cellar. Headquarters under a tavern. That's rich.
Actually, it's the other way around. The tavern was built over my headquarters. These tunnels are deep, lots of secrets. Remember, Felskius funded this place. The royal treasury is nearly limitless.
Trust me, I'm aware.
So what do you think? Can we work together, Sam?
Sure. Let's talk numbers.
The achievement is called bonus. Normally I want to do this for about an hour, but since the save point is here, and the last checkpoint was a half hour ago, if I go on for another one, it could be 40 minutes, could be shorter. I don't know how far the checkpoints are because, well, this game doesn't let you save on command. But I understand why. I actually think I understand why they don't let you save on command. Because if you make yourself a choice... Well, actually, I don't know why. Maybe it's just saying that this is a marking point? But that's why they have chapter points. Regardless, whatever the meaning is. But this episode's going to stop here. But I'm loving this story so much. So thank you guys for stopping by, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode. It's just awesome. I like this. I'm glad I'm sharing this. So thank you guys for stopping by. And until I see you guys again, have a great day, everyone.